guys understood in the beginning, the very first picture was her, basically her before this session. So as you can see, the lighting is completely different in this angle. That's why I took her before where I took it, so you guys could really see all that orange that happened. But we finally didn't, sorry, my voice just cracked. We finally didn't see red come out, which is so exciting because she came to me with a box dye color correction. So here is the entire process. Well, this is just this last session. I do have a video on my channel, which I will link in here so you guys can see the most previous session, which again was her after that I just showed you. So basically what I'm doing right now is I mixed a 4 and a 5. She didn't want to be too dark, but she does love dark hair. So again, mixed 4 and a 5 with a new color line that I'm trying out. And then I did all of her root. So now I'm just combing it down into her little mid shaft right there, which we don't really need to touch because it's already the dark that had grown out. And then if anything, it was like a 5A to counteract the red, and it didn't rinse out. So that's perfect. So now what I'm doing is I'm teasing her hair all the way up. She showed me a picture of basically, it was more an ombre than it was a balayage. So how I see ombre in my head is I apply from where I tease it up down all the way to the end with the same volume developer with the lightener, because I just feel like it's already going to eat through any color that's right there, and then the ends will be lighter, so that'll give her a natural ombre effect. We're still a little bit far out from her end result, but she totally understands that she never has any unrealistic expectation, and I do my best to keep her hair as healthy as possible. And each time she comes, she loves it every time, so I can't be any more happy than I am. And I personally do love the end results every time. I do end up toning her darker than what you may think that you should tone, but that is how you should be doing it, especially when you're seeing all these unwanted brassy tones, because they're just going to rinse right out if you don't, or not do anything if you don't tone it correctly, because it's so hard to get rid of that much warmth, which is, you know, orange. So anyways, just keep watching. Part here. So I actually did very fine sections, but I basically went through her whole head again because sometimes the bleach can really soak up into the hair and you need more product. So the reason I basically pulled the foil the way I did so that the foil went to the top is so that I can get all of that bottom hair underneath if it didn't get touched. So as you can see, it's a little splotchy, so basically just reapply the lightener right there and you will be golden. Remember to always check the elasticity throughout the entire time, and then even if you don't see like white hair, definitely keep checking because you just never know. So that's what I always do in the meantime. And then her lightener was on for good at least 40 minutes per section. So I always watch it and I try to follow manufacturer's instructions, which you should always do. This is something I think you should pay attention to. So look at how I would say blonde that is, right? I see this a lot on the forum where people say I lifted her to a level 8, so I toned her at a level 8. They mix with a 9, yada, yada, yada. So you don't want to pay attention to how it looks like right here with all of that lightener on it. That's not how you should be toning. You definitely need to rinse it all out, shampoo it, you know, get all that tease out as well. But then I'm going to show you that I blow dry her hair, because if you're doing a color correction and you try to tone it with wet hair, I feel like you're gonna tone incorrectly because you can't see all the tones when it's dry. It looks completely different wet. In your defense, it does look a little bit darker when it's wet, so hopefully you're toning correctly that way. But like I said, I see it all the time where they're like, I just don't know why I didn't get rid of the brass, and it's because you're actually supposed to go 2 levels deeper than what you're seeing. And then you kind of like have to sit there with yourself for a minute and just not always go with your gut, because, or I should say, I don't know, maybe you should go with your gut and not necessarily with what you think you're seeing. So if I think I'm seeing a level 8 here with all that yellowness in there, I'm actually seeing more golden than I need to. And then if you look at the color wheel, you got to follow that instruction. So I'm going to stop talking for a second, and then I'm going to get you over to the blow dry of what I'm talking about. So here is her hair all dry. I would much rather tone with that, and you can see if there's any like splotchiness or anything like that, which obviously not ideal, but I did still have the color that we used in the beginning. So if I did see like, oh, that doesn't look too cute, I just applied that really quick, combed it down, and then I'm gonna apply the first toner. And I have 2 different toners I'm working with here. One is more like a level 6 and the other one's a level 8. So definitely her mid shaft is not a level 8, okay? You have way more warmth and orange in there than you need to, and again, some yellow happening. So I had to work with a lot of blue and purple in order to counteract what I needed to. Towards the end, it was more just working with that yellow gold, so not quite as much orange, since obviously it got a smidge lighter. But I still kept it. So if she was a level 4.5 on her, because it was 4 and 5 mixed on her root, then I only want to do 2 levels lighter anyways, which would bring us to a level 6. And then the ends 2 more levels lighter, and that would bring us to a level 8. So that's just how ombre should work with a rule of thumb. You shouldn't go more than 2 and 2 and 2 because it blends much more nicely. So again, I just hope you guys are blow drying, because express toners are fine. I think more if you're working with blonde hair and you are toning out just like yellow and you're putting on purple, you know, like easy stuff. So, or, you know, customizing your toner however you want. Once you do cancel out unwanted tones, then you shouldn't necessarily need to blow dry the hair. But with color corrections, I would just do it and just work that into your charge too, because it is more time and more product on dry hair. So just, you know, charge your worth and you will be fine.